Alrighty. Howdy ho, folks. Multiversal Medium here for another episode of Silent Hope. Last episode, we started going through the Festival of Sorrow. Oh, what's the first area called?
Hurry!
Forgotten Town?
The king.
Okay, yeah, cool. But yeah, we started up the Festival of Sorrow, and I think we're just gonna start back on the first floor. This area's mons are way more difficult than last zones, so yeah, I think we're gonna have to level up a bit, get more materials, slowly upgrade our dudes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know if I finished the entire thought process last episode, but yeah, the reasoning I haven't done, I should say, retro games on my channel for a minute was actually like the emulators and stuff. Like, seriously. I kept having issues with the ratios the emulators were dishing out. Yeah, there we go. Get out of there. Like, the aspect ratio for some of my games just kept switching that I was recording. I don't even think I put up like half of the games I recorded via emulator, to be honest. I still need to figure out if I'm doing anything with that footage. I got it like stored somewhere. Also, I mentioned earlier in this series that I had a moment where nope, there we go. There we go. The entire recording setup and the quality of my recordings went down, specifically because I frickin' had my computer mess up, and I've had my SD card die on my Steam Deck. So like using either the computer or the Steam Deck to like do this emulator stuff is kind of chancing just losing all the progress, kind of, sorta, which is upsetting. Like, yeah, SD cards kind of die over time. It is what it is. I've had bad luck with the SD cards I'm using on my Steam Deck, and this computer needs to be upgraded hardcore. I just don't have the means to do that right now, and I'm gonna be honest, I've never done that before. That's a new territory, so that's going to the sideline for now. Like, not for nothing. So I'd like to get that whole AV recording setup, actually play the games physically on my consoles. Because, yeah, even though I've been emulating some, like, older games, I do own the games. Heck, the first intro for my first series, Finny the Fish, which, like, I even removed from YouTube, was legit me, like, opening the case for Finny the Fish, and, like, well, it wasn't a case, it was just where I kept the desk, because I don't have a case for Finny the Fish. It's one of, like, 10 games I don't own the case for. But, like, pulling out the disc and popping it into a PS2, and, you know, just starting up the system and stuff, and zooming into the TV screen it was hooked up to. Cute for a first YouTube video. Totally not stylish by today's standards, or by the standards of when it came out, like, around a year ago now. Like, yeah, I think I started my channel around, like, January last year. So, like, a full year ago. I know. But, like, for someone who doesn't know how to edit things, and it was the first video he ever edited, I think I did decent. Like I said, I removed that opening bit from that episode, and, like, every episode that had a similar kind of thing. Because that would immediately scare off new viewers. That's the entire reason I have the little thing in the bottom left at the start and end of every video. Like, for my first 3 series, I had a unique intro and a unique outro for each one. Finny the Fish, like my first series, ran me ragged. Set off 2 traps. What's more, I'm assuming... Oh wait, are the barrels considered traps? Those might be considered traps. That actually makes sense. But like Finny the Fish ran me ragged. Like I did a lot for Finny the Fish that I had no reason to do. Like every episode started with like a bit of like shadow puppetry nonsense. Really cute for what it was. I didn't need to be doing that. And yeah, I was scaring away people from watching. And like it was shadow puppetry of what the heck would be going on in the episode, and I was just like it's really cute. Yeah, Finny the Fish has a lot of like random shadow puppetry, like visual gags for everything I'm talking about, because like I was just trying to figure out how to word vomit. It's the first like series I did, first recording stuff. It was a learning process, which nothing wrong with that. It's just I was using a lot of visual stuff that I felt I needed to make up for lulls or like properly express what the heck I was saying, because I didn't know how to articulate myself well. Okay. I never even took like a public speaking class in any of my classes, schools, whatever, who cares. So articulation and properly expression of what I wanted to say was not exactly easy come, so to speak, as I horribly articulate this one aspect of what I'm saying, right? I partially do that kind of stuff for gags. So basically I had like a lot of like visual edits. And honestly, I would love to do that again, because it felt like it made the series a lot funner. Like, I just don't have time. Like, it got to the point with like my first series, Feeding the Fish, I was barely cranking out, what was it, 2 episodes a week? Meanwhile, my channel, by the time this goes up, should be hopefully 14 episodes. I say hopefully, but like I had the same anxiety by switching to like 3 episodes and then like 7 episodes a week. It's a lot more to do, but you start figuring out how to streamline things. I'm hoping with how this looks, it looks fine, because this is another Switch game. And when it comes to editing Switch games, something I haven't mentioned yet, they take like 3 to 5 hours to render, because my recording software was adding black borders around them. So once more, I know first episode I mentioned, let me know if this looks okay. I'm messing with things. That's what I'm messing with. Basically at this point, I'm trying to stop the issue with editing and rendering my videos so they're out quicker, specifically with Switch games, and I'm testing with Silent Hope, technically, to see if it's okay. If it's not, I'll have to mess with later episodes, and, well, hopefully you stuck through to this point. That's the long and short of it. Because what was causing them to have to render for so long was, with that black border, I was resizing every episode of whatever Switch game I was playing. And since I was doing an edit that lasted the entire 30+ minute episode, that's a lot for the program to deal with. So it took a rendering process that would usually be like 20 or so minutes. Legit, without this edit, it would be like 20 or so minutes. And transformed it into something that was closer to like 3 to 5 hours, like I said, which is just absurd, especially when you consider I need, say, with this new schedule I'm trying to switch to, 2 episodes out every day. And that would equate to 6 to 10 hours a day of rendering. It's hard to even like get enough videos out with that. That's not including the recording and editing processes, which takes a decent amount of time too. So yeah, here's to hoping I've got this figured out and should streamline things. And hopefully moving forward, I'm able to get these videos out and rendered a lot quicker, yada yada. So on and so forth, all that fun stuff. But yeah, that was just what it started coming down to is, yeah, I was having issues keeping up with 2 episodes a week with Finny because I kept overly editing Finny, the fish, my first series. And I love those over edits, really. I really do. I would love to be able to do that anytime I'm talking in this game or any other game. Just add visual gags left, right, and center. I still occasionally do. I just don't do it often. So like halfway through Mach and X and Bard's Tale, I realized, oh, I can't keep doing this. I really can't. I'm not going to be able to meet quotas if I keep doing this, basically. It's legit going to make me hate my channel. So I switched to a lot lighter editing. I realized people were clicking off the videos with the unique intros and outros, which were meant to be silly and stupid. But like, let's be honest, you guys see an intro and outro, you usually don't want to sit through it. You usually don't. It's understandable. I don't blame you for it. So I got rid of them and added the little, what is it, guy in the bottom corner as a just default intro outro. Has the classic phrase that every YouTuber says because it helps, like statistically helps in the outro of mine. Which, hey, as soon as I did that, I saw people actually watching longer. And I saw people like subscribe more. Yeah, I still don't have a lot of subscribers, but they started subscribing more when I did that. So it was the smart move. And it cut down majorly on how long each video took. Cut down majorly on how long it took to get any series started and going. But this is all just like slowly circling back to the original point of, yeah, I do want to play older games again. I liked playing them early on in my channel. They were a lot of fun. But I keep having issues with emulators, and I don't want a chance possibly losing all my save progress on emulated hardware. I might be willing to do that for the 3DS. Honestly, yeah, I'm willing to do that. The issue being, well, the dude who made the 3DS emulator, yeah, those are considered traps. That's good to know. Also made the Nintendo Switch emulator. And for you guys that don't know, Nintendo murderized that dude legally. He will be paying money to Nintendo for the rest of his life. He will never have a paycheck that is not partially going to Nintendo because he made the Nintendo Switch emulator. Like they went so hard, it is absurd to screw this guy over. And I believe he also made the 3DS emulator. Well, even though he wasn't like legally told to and nothing was like mentioned to him legally as far as we're aware about the 3DS emulator, I'm pretty certain he removed it just to kind of like cover his butt in the future. Which totally makes sense, man. It really does. Is there a way to check my map up? Okay, yeah, there's a full heal, may as well, and okay, yeah. But yeah, it's totally understandable he did that. The issue being is it is not easy to record 3DS footage. It really isn't. The DS emulator for the like I said, DS has been out for a while, and I think it's probably decent to get footage. Heck, I mentioned briefly in some episode on some series that I really need to get around to seeing if I can get DS ROMs working on my Wii U, because the Wii U has a DS emulator on its eShop technically, and it's set up to play DS games technically. You got two screens, it would work fine. So yeah, I need to do that. I looked it up, it is viable. I need to do that, and that's just a proper way of recording DS games, I think, technically, at that point. And I want to play DS games on this channel. But 3DS games, it's always had issues getting recordings from what I know. Basically, my options are try to figure out some way to do 3DS emulation. I'd have to research it, figure it out. It's there. I know it's there. I just have to dive deep and hopefully get it working, and it's probably not going to be updated past what it is, so it may stop working someday. Complete the monster rush in that period of time. I don't think I can do that. Not with this character, but I can try. Let's update this. Yeah. More damage. Anyways, another option is basically getting a capture card for the 3DS, which equates to paying an awful lot. Oh gosh. Of course, both weasels legit decided, like, no, we wanted to hop back right then. Both weasels right then. That was the worst timing for them to bounce back. Stop bouncing away, man. Oh, and I missed. Oh, I was so close to actually doing it. This is the last dude. Oofta, oofta, oofta. Is what it is. Can't do every challenge every time. But yeah, you can get a capture card for the 3DS. The issue with that being is I'm not going to use my regular 3DS. I'm not. I'm going to have to buy a new one. Why? Because I don't want the possibility of this capture card, which is a hardware mod to the 3DS itself, possibly destroying my 3DS, which I don't think anyone's complained about, but there's always the option of it happening someday. Let's grab this. Reach the gate to the next floor without using any healing potions. Oof. Oof. Like, not for nothing, but oof. Maybe possible if I actually switch up characters. Gosh. I like that charge attack. It needs a larger, like, attack window, basically. Anyways, so it would be like Hot Trotter. Oh, you're adorable. Oh gosh, you do damage. Oh no. It would be like having to buy a new 3DS system. That's first. So that would be over $200. Hey guys, did you not know that 3DSs are stupidly expensive? Like, they just are. Stupidly expensive still. It's effing absurd. Like, don't get me wrong, I know, like, game collecting's a thing, and I collect games, but 3DSs are a game system that have not been technically relevant for a while. So, oh yeah, this is gonna be rough. Hopefully there's a heal point somewhere. Yeah, I can always just head out. I don't technically need to finish this floor. I wasn't technically planning on it either way. There we go. So yeah, it's like $200, $300 for a proper like new 3DS XL or something, depending on what you're getting. It's kind of absurd, to be honest. But with that in mind, that's just the cost of the system. Now we need to talk about the capture card, and I think that's like $200 something right there. Which, hey, not for nothing, but I can't just magically get about 500 to put towards a 3DS capture card out of nowhere, sadly. Which is upsetting. I do want to do 3DS games on this channel, like I've mentioned. How have I not hurt you before? Like, seriously, how have I not done damage to you, technically? Whatever. There is a third option, and I don't know how viable it is. I'd have to do a lot of testing. And that is, my 3DS is hacked. I'm pretty certain there is some way of recording what's going on my 3DS. Since it's hacked and just like connecting it to a PC. I believe I read that somewhere. I would have to do a lot more research, basically. Like a lot more research, as well as to see like the proper quality of it. But like, I want to play Moco Moco Friends on this channel, man. I do. Like, freaking Moco Moco Friends is RNG hell. It is one of the most despicable, horrible, how dare they type of games. Let's just pop a potion, yeah. There we go. I wasn't gonna get through that without somehow popping something. And I wasn't gonna just wait around constantly buffing myself in the hopes that I'd get the buff that kills me, basically. Yeah, those are the words I was looking for. But yeah, I'd have to do like serious research about how viable and how decent quality that recording is. Because from what I understand, it's like recording something via Wi-Fi, basically, and part of the reason recording setups have cords is so it has decent quality. So I don't know how good quality that's going to be. Not for nothing. I have my concerns. And that's the weird state of 3DS capture right now. It's a bummer. It really is. Because yeah, it's... Before I started collecting for the Switch, I initially was collecting a decent amount of games for the DS and 3DS. I love those handhelds. They have a lot of great things, a lot of stuff a lot of people don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff on there. Both systems, actually. Heck, there's a lot of Dragon Quest games between those two. You know, my bread and butter, one of my favorite series is on there. Especially considering one of the reasons I love Dragon Quest is Dragon Quest Monsters. There are a lot of Dragon Quest Monsters games on the DS and 3DS. Like, just a metric ton. And I want to play some of the rarer games I own, because I feel like there's not a lot of footage of those games online. There was a heal right here. Gosh dang it, man. Oh well, it is what it is. But like, I feel like there's not a lot of footage of the Wizard of Oz RPG on the DS. There's probably not a lot of footage of Magician's Quest for the DS. Gosh. Black Sigil, Blade of the Exile. I need to go through all the stuff I have. I mentioned Moco Moco Friends. Moco Moco Friends is a game I told people to pick up for years because it was so obvious. It's just absurdly obvious. I guess I can go down a floor. Why not? There is a return home crystal on the next floor. I was just debating whether or not to head back now or later. Moco Moco Friends is a game that I had to pre-order for my store, and it sold horribly. Like, it came out, I want to say, like, the same week, if not the same day, as Yokai Watch. And I knew Yokai Watch was going to do great because people were already hyped about Yokai Watch. It was doing great in Japan. And people wanted it in the US so badly. It's like, obviously, it's coming. And it's going to freaking rock stuff. And it's going to be a cheap game later. Defeat 6 monsters in a row without taking any damage before reaching the next floor. Probably not possible. Not with me. But basically, Moko Moko Friends came out like right around the same time, and it's just a super cutesy Mon collector as well. That's why I'm relating those two. They're both Mon. Well, there's damage. Yeah. There's the damage again. These weasel dudes really good at that for me. Actually, I'm just really good at getting hit, aren't I? Anyways, yeah, let's just pop that. I can take her down as well as her bats without taking damage. Technically, we're good. Like, yeah, she transforms into more enemies. So we might actually be able to finish this challenge. Just gotta play it safe. And I'll be able to just talk about Moko Moko Friends. But yeah, that's a game that basically was super cute. It's super girly cutesy as a Mon collector, and it's got some of the best Mon designs I've seen in a minute. I crap you not. Moko Moko Friend Mons are freaking awesome. But the game sucks for one. 2, it's RNG hell. And 3, it sold abysmally as far as I'm aware. I mentioned I pre-ordered it. Are you effing serious? Screw your homing nonsense, man. Screw your homing nonsense. Legit, screw it. That's hashtag rude. Get out of here. Get out of here with your nonsense. Get out of here with your nonsense. Seriously, man. Let's see here. Get that going. But like I pre-ordered it or whatever, and I had to wait like 2 weeks before it came into the store because they just didn't have copies. Nobody pre-ordered them. I swear, I'm probably like the only dude in the entire like tri-county or frickin' tri-state area that pre-ordered Moko Moko Friends. Like, freaking absurd. Hardcore absurd. So with that in mind, I know there's probably not a lot of footage about the game. I want to play it on my channel. It's funny for what it is, and I could probably rag on it just as badly as I do Harvestella. It's got so much bad with it. I was just so happy to see a Magical Girl RPG, as well as a, of course there's weasel dudes. Oh, come on. Well, trial is almost over. Yeah. It's like there's not many more monsters on this floor. You kind of need to rock this, man. Yeah, I kind of understand. I don't like weasel dudes. Like, seriously. Hashtag rude, guys. Get out of here with your nonsense. Why is there just a random bat trying to mess with me? Why is there just a random bat? Where'd you come from, man? I guess up there. But yeah, I got other stuff on the 3DS. I have Yokai Watch 3, man. I was mentioning Yokai Watch was doing great or whatever. It was. Until, like, Yokai Watch 2 or so, people were starting to not care. Yokai Watch 3 came out right at the end of the 3DS life cycle. It sold horribly. It's one of the rarest games on the system. It's worth a lot of money. I want to show it to you guys. That's what the heck I'm working with, like, classic game-wise. I want to play Steambot Chronicles on here. I own it. Like, partially just, like, that kind of stuff. I want to do it because I feel like one, there's not a lot of footage for these games. Like, heck, I was choosing between this game and No More Heroes for this time slot right now. Because basically just those were the two games I wanted to play. Silent Hope and No More Heroes. But basically it came down to the fact, like, No More Heroes has a lot of actual, like, people who have played it online. You can watch No More Heroes in a lot of ways. I wouldn't mind playing it on my channel eventually. I probably will. But yeah, there we go. Get you some poison. I'd draw you over. I can kill her, and the bats that come out of here were kind of good. But like, Silent Hope doesn't have a lot of actual gameplay and people who play through it. Why? Because Silent Hope came out kind of after Let's Plays were a thing. Like, let's be honest, Let's Plays are kind of dead. They kind of are. I say as a person who does primarily Let's Plays on his channel. Okay. Need to play super safe. Just need these bats. They're already flying over there. Gosh dang it, man. But yeah, Let's Plays aren't really popular nowadays. They just aren't. If people are going to watch gaming videos, they're going to be watching video essays. They're going to be watching, like, hour-plus long videos of specifically, here's everything that basically happens in this video game, man. Gosh, I need to be able to pull you guys. I can't chance those stupid weasels, man. But the issue is I suck at aiming. And I know this can reach you guys. But you are moving targets, which basically equates to me never being able to hit you. Oh, did I actually pull him? I think I somehow pulled him. They actually cared for a second. Yeah, yep, we pulled him. Okay. Yep, that dude's down. Where's the other one? Hello, other baddie boy? Batilda? Oy vey. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Ratastopheles. Cool, cool. There we go. Yeah, we actually got it. I'm amazed. But yeah, that's why I chose Silent Hope. Partially because, well, Guardians of Azuma, Rune Factory, whatever, is coming out. So I figured someone that's on that kick, maybe you're playing Rune Factory right now, I don't know, wanted to watch something related to that kick you're on. But also mainly because this game isn't as covered as some of the other games I could be covering. I could be playing Sonic Adventure. I mentioned in one of my TGIF videos that Sonic Adventure 1 has some of the best 3D Sonic controls I have ever played, and they've never touched on it again. And it's not from Sonic, it's from Amy. Because Amy is pure momentum-based gameplay, and it changes how she plays, is like when you get momentum. And it makes her kind of fun. She's just slower than Sonic. But her like move pool and stuff with a bit more speed, and not doing those like puzzle-based stages is what the fuck Sonic should be. Like, it's just fun. Having momentum-based gameplay in a speedy game. So yeah, I could be playing Sonic Adventure. I think people would care about that. Like, I could be playing the newest game as it came out. I could have picked up and played, what is it?
It was raining until just
Dragon Age Veilguard. I could.
It didn't last very long.
But a lot of my games are those weirder ones that people don't know. And I kind of want to just have those out there. One of my favorite games I've ever played on this channel and just in general is Sludge Life.
Sometimes
And people really like the Sludge Life episodes for what they are.
utterly alone.
They're very weird. I like that. That's what I want my channel to be. Just kind of a weird exploratory thing. So, yeah. Whenever I get a streaming setup, I'll play some of those better, well-known games. They're on my backlog too. I need to replay Majora's Mask sometime, not just for footage, but I haven't played it in like 2 decades. And I grew up playing Majora's Mask. So yeah, that I want to play Sonic Adventure. I could argue with people in real time that Amy is the best controlled character in Sonic Adventure 1,
I hope I can ask him about that someday.
which is just going to be funny. Because like people get like really invested in Sonic, which is just funny. Yeah, just Zelda games. All those like really mainline
But the
ones.
snow here piles
Wanna play
up
them.
so high.
Need to figure out how to get 3DS recording to play those and show you guys that stuff. That's all this has been about. Just kind of circling the drain of this topic. Anyways, guys, it's been an episode. A lot of fun. Kind of stressful trying to get that last like 6 enemies in a row without taking damage. I'm not good at those kind of challenges, man. I really ain't. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in another episode of Silent Hope or something else on my channel, or I don't know. What else? But until then, ciao.